I think one of the biggest sources of fraud in the world is government-funded, non-governmental organizations. This is a gigantic fraud loophole where the government can give money to an NGO, and then that there are no controls over that NGO.
Claims Hungarian-American billionaire George Soros is responsible for interfering in the political landscape of many countries. The account claims that Soros used a hefty $260 million from U.S. aid to spread chaos, change governments, and pursue personal gain in countries such as India.
It's a gigantic scam, like one of the biggest, maybe the biggest scam ever.
Fire just like that, the biggest scams in the world are being dismantled, and people are getting paid off left and right to go, no, get out there and throw Molotov cocktails, and everyone is up in arms like, you can't do this to us. Wham! Trump to sign order eliminating Department of Education, which is a complete dumpster fire. I know this because I have first-hand experience. I don't use the word dumpster fire lightly, but the system is. I was in it for almost 25 years. It's actually a disservice to put your children there. And the proof is in the pudding. Not one teacher liked me. They didn't. The kids did. I was one of the only people that I was actually on their side. Or they would raise their hand. I'm like, you don't have to raise your hand in my classroom. Oh, that's weird. I'm like, well, do they do that in real life? When you ask me a question like, are we going to use this in life? This math stuff, English stuff? No, unless you're going to go out there and build a bridge. Or Gavin Newsom will pick you up to build a bridge to nowhere. I've spent over $1 trillion on this, and not a single student can read at grade level in 30 Illinois schools. It doesn't stop there. We got fraud everywhere in this video. And how the people are not just, yeah, this is awesome, so much fraud. I don't know. It's like people have attention flies of a fish. These worldwide events are moving at the speed of sound. It's like 1 second, our president almost has his head blown off, and then what? On to the next one. That was so long ago. Oh, and my Democrat friends in the audience, if you guys can all hit subscribe, because I think they're leaving me. I said recently, well, there's good news. I said, you can't go any lower. I'm like 29% as low as you can go. It's up from here. I guess you went lower. I just need all of this to stop, and as this article says, people need to go to prison. And we finally have people in the office, around the office. These guys are tough as nails, and we need it. Want stupidity deleted. And please stay away from my Cybertruck. What are you doing? John, what are you doing? What do you got back there? Is that a chocolate bar you're bringing me for my Cybertruck? We voted that this stupidity and these people would be stopped, and I need them stopped. Stop stealing my stuff. This is actually Texas. Guys, come to Texas, where if there is an Amazon vehicle on the side of the road, you can just basically you can just loot it. Yep, just get everything that you want. Come one, come all. Free shoes, free stuff. Yep. Hey, he looks familiar. You guys know? Oh, how about this one? This has to stop. And these are like, you have a parent. Is this a kid? Where's the parent? Who's the parent in all this? Insanity, again, needs to stop. As this article says, people need to go to prison. Far too long of you could do whatever you want. It is from the top all the way down to people just looting Amazon trucks, houses, setting cities on fire, from NGOs to at least we're starting to see a change. So at the same time, the George Soros, a lot of conservative influencers are being sued by him. Once again, if you could hit subscribe, you hit like. Please don't send the video to him. I put mine on the line. The Tesla guy who wiped it on the Cybertruck, he put his on the line. And the pushback I get on this channel by like, just stick to this. Stay away from the India has raided George Soros' open society. I think it's important that I stand up for what I believe in, and if they take me down, they take me down. Amy Bach, founder of Feeding Our Future, right? All these NGOs. I'll show you. Actually, Joe Rogan will tell you. Our Future, which was accused of, conspiring to steal $250 million in taxpayers. She's been found guilty on 7 counts, including wire fraud, federal programs, bribery, and money laundering. Think where you're going, Amy. You won't need a surgical mask, nor that stuff you put in your hands. Actually, I'd probably keep it. It's probably going to get messy in there.
Things got lost so quickly in the cycle of news. Things just come and go so quickly. Until Doge started unraveling all the spending.
Right.
And you start seeing things like $200 million allocated to transgender experiments on monkeys.
Right.
Like, what the f***? Like, this is crazy. And that's just a tip of the iceberg. And then the NGOs, and then that map of 50,000 NGOs that was essentially just Democratic propaganda machine that was exposed, that was all just money being funneled in a circular map. Things got lost so quickly in the cycle of news. Things just come and go so quickly.
Isn't it crazy, like Joe was saying, how fast news is like this and that? Donald Trump's head blown off, and next story, got the Department of Education shuts down. Next story, no more FBI. J.D. Vance switches to the Democrats, anti-Trump FBI. He was arrested for sharing classified information. This is big deal. And these guys, that operation, FBI, CIA, these are like separate governments, then infiltrate and take down our government. Jonathan Boomer was apprehended just before he boarded a flight headed out of the country. Let's go get him, you guys. Let's prosecute him. Let's shut down these organizations. I can't be more excited that the Department of Education is going bye-bye. We need to make education in such a way that it needs to be learning and achieving and growing and building and making money, which I did in the classroom over and over. We're making more money in my classroom in high school, 10 grand a month, more than their parents. They couldn't figure it out. As I'm sitting here filming this, here, watch. I'll show you how your kid can make thousands of dollars a month. I'm to head over to Lovable, new, create a Lovable website. Create a new landing page from my old landing page where they find some dude's domain name. It might be yours. And they click the button, change it so the website generates so much more money. Looks great. Then you contact the owner, you send it to him, and you're like, I'm a high school kid. If you want to tip me, I redid your entire space, but I left my space. And you click the button, AI new landing page. Oh, it's perfect. Maybe just add a little bit more fire and $199 for my new futures course. You and your kid can learn how to make money in this market. Currently repeating, this is the Dow, the same pattern as this, 1987 and 1929. In my futures course, I'll teach you how to make money in a market that goes down. You can start this business where you start a YouTube channel and you create videos using AI. We watch Stoner, the LA Unified cat, run backwards in life. And then when your kid is really successful, making so much money on YouTube, like Dan, go into politics trying to uncover all of the scams. Say good luck with the FBI, but let's listen into what we got.
Thanks. Listen, let's just get right to the point. This was an apocalyptic security failure. A man was murdered in front of his family. 3 people were shot on live television, including President Trump, and the head who came within 2 millimeters of having his head explode on national television in front of millions of people. There's no sugarcoating it. It's no time for BS. Unfortunately, as Congressman Crane and Mills both indicated, the story seems to have been vanquished to the phantom zone.
Like what I've been saying, it's every day. And I will come here and I will warn you, and then everyone will be like, wow, what a tinfoil hat. That's crazy. Like back in the day when the Russians warned the U.S. about the assassination, right? Just like they did on that one day with the 3 towers that came down. You're like, 3 towers? There was 2. Yeah, look up the 3rd one. And there's just so much with all of this that, a lot of times it's not rock solid. It's like, what are the chances? Like, okay, Grok, what are the chances Hillary Clinton won her first election because of her opponent, JFK Jr., died in a plane crash? What are the odds? Are the odds that this video gets shelved and gets no views whenever I talk about her? So I will just leave it at, what are the odds? And it's actually kind of nice that I'm getting a little bit more freedom of speech here on this channel. Just a few months ago, if you used her name with a question mark, your video poof because it was election interference, which everyone will always be able to come up with reasons to be able to control your speech. And I say no. Yes, I'm talking to you, Australians. I'll get to this one in a second because our new vice president has something to say about our old vice president.
Are you doing the job differently than Kamala did it?
Well, I don't have, 4 shots of vodka before every meeting. That's one way I think that Kamala really tried to bring herself into the role is these word salads. And I think that I would need the help of a lot of alcohol to answer a question the way that Kamala Harris answered questions.
And guys, is it me or is America just so back? It reminded me of that. Did you guys see the meme? 2 shots of vodka. I can't. Because then YouTube won't like me, but it was funny. But hey, kids, is it just me or is America just so back? And with that, I want to go after these guys. Like, hey, Mayor Wu. I think, hey, Tom, I got someone new for you to look at. These people are like in your face. We're not going to do it.
Stand with immigrants. You belong here. Somos una ciudad de inmigrantes. Boston doesn't back down. We are a city where the Irish coffee is strong and our opinions are stronger. We may not always agree or see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we are a family. If you come for one of us, you will get all of us.
Tom, I know you're currently in Florida right now with DeSantis. Says judges not going to stop, but I think I need you to head over to that other state. Like you Bostons, also in regards to judges and the stop this and that. I used to teach a law class, so I know a little bit about law. And I know some of you are like, bravo, what have you not done in your life? And I have an inappropriate joke for that, like, I have not done your taxes. I haven't done that. See, I went right to the line. Look at this. Justice Roberts. He was, stop it, Trump. Stop it, mean orange guy. Having fun at Epstein's Island. He is, he's compromised. Just know all these people that are like, you can't release this. No, they're trying to cover their backside. And boy, isn't that guy that is married to that girl that I can't talk about on YouTube? These judges, they're so bad and they know their goose is cooked. I know some of them are like quoting Hamlet. Like, come on. And I could bore you all day long in my law class, but this was already decided by the U.S. Supreme Court. You know that Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which empowers the president basically to do what he's doing. And no judge, not even a Supreme Court judge, no one. All can just shut up. So the judges need to step out of the way from them going after Soros. But he's going to keep doing what he does to destroy the world. India's going raided. Down 12 others to go. The crimes of George Soros are worse than you think. A Russian general was assassinated in December 2024 after calling out George. See, this is like legit. I just want to let you know the things that I share with you on YouTube, if all of a sudden, Bravo not here, you know why. It's not like I don't have a voice. And the left is really going after people like me. December 2024, after calling out George Soros, biological war crimes, bioweapon labs in Ukraine. So they're going after him too. Oh, after George ends your life. But I'm sure it was just an accident. You know, you can't connect the dots. Who knows what happened? I'm sure George is fine. Because, think about it, you guys. Biden honors George Soros with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. If you're being given, he didn't even show up. His son took it. But if you are given the Medal of Freedom, it must mean that you're a really good guy. Especially when you fund things like this. RSVP now, join us. Tesla takedown, Nashville, Franklin. Hey, if you guys want to make some money, I don't even want to drive the Tesla anymore. Like, who's going to vandalize it? It's not just in Franklin. We got one in Cincinnati, Ohio. There's so many. Another one, Illinois. Again, I just want this to stop. And this is America. You guys over there in Australia, we're not going to have any of this free speech stuff because we need multiculturalism. This is insane to think. I have a degree. Is it my My master's degree? That's how much I put on degrees in education. I don't even know what I have, but I'll do my best. Associates in criminal law, bachelor's in, I think it's in business, master's in education, but then, you have an emphasis on multiculturalism. I don't know what my business, maybe underwater basket weaving. And then I was finishing up a doctorate. When I taught at university, everyone's like, "Professor, you're so legit." You guys like at a point in your life where you're like, what is this? Maybe it's your job. What am I doing? Maybe it's your income. There has to be a better way. Well, I have an option. But let's watch Sydney, like the cat, running backwards. You guys are going the wrong way.
I recognise, and I've fully said from the beginning, that we don't have the same freedom of speech laws that they have in the United States. And the reason for that is that we want to hold together our multicultural community and have people live in peace, free from the kind of vilification and hatred that we do see around the world.
Well, hey, Australia, don't be like Sydney the cat, the LA Unified cat. Was that I forgot his name? It's her name. Australia, you know, where you just, everything's backwards. You're doing everything wrong. You're going in the wrong direction. But hey, guys, I hope this video helped you. Thought of different ways to make money. I could do this all day long. Tell your kids, teach your kids. Let's make our digits go up. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.